All right, so I guess I mean if you want, we could do like just PS5 general impressions before I go into like Astro and like Sackboy.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, all I really want to say about it is it's really good. It's not much. It's not like a Nintendo console where there's like a lot of new things about it.
hmm
It's just a more powerful PS4, which is great because the PS4 was very underpowered at this point.
Yeah.
It could run things perfectly at 60, as I'll talk about in the games I'll talk about. Um, I never noticed any drops. It runs perfectly. If you want to play in performance mode or ray tracing, you could do that. I just prefer frame rate.
hmm
I like the UI. I actually really like the card system. That this was something I didn't think. I thought it might have been a little gimmicky. Like I wouldn't use it that much, but for Astro's Playroom, there's a lot of collectibles. I'm like, oh, where was that thing? If you just press the PS button, and the little card showed up for that level, you could click on it, and it shows you like where that collectible is. I know some people won't like that because that ruins like like trying to find it yourself and like whatever. I was gonna look up a guide anyway if I couldn't find it, so it's just easier to have it like right there.
hmm
It's kind of weird that it's a PS Plus only thing. I guess it gives more value for PS Plus, but whatever. I guess it's more incentive to actually get PS Plus. But yeah,
Yeah.
I just thought that was a really cool feature. Again, I think the UI is very clean. Um, it's kind of weird, like the PlayStation Shop is just in the UI now. Like it's not like its own
Yeah.
thing.
hmm
That's a little weird. But besides that, yeah, it's a really solid console. It doesn't make like any noise at all. It's very quiet. Um, the controller is fantastic, and I guess I'll go more into that in Astro's Playroom. Yeah, the DualSense is probably my favorite I guess like DualShock controller, Sony controller that they
hmm
ever made. So I really wasn't a big fan of the DualShock 4, honestly. Like, it just felt awkward to me. Um, and I guess that was maybe I was just getting too used to the Xbox One controller, and because I was using those controllers more than DualShocks at that point. Since when I was younger, I played a bunch on the DualShock 2 and 3, but or I guess six axis. But
hmm
when the DualShock 4 came out, I was just too used to how an Xbox controller was laid out, or the Pro controller, which are basically like the same thing. So when I went back to DualShock 4, it just felt weird. The DualSense feels exactly like those controllers, except the analog sticks are down like like the normal Sony stuff. And yeah, I just think it's a very comfortable controller. I really like it a lot. I'll go more into the features when I talk about Astro's Playroom. But I don't know. What are your general thoughts on the PS5? Just before I talk about my stuff.
Yeah. The PS5 so far, I've been liking it. It plays the games that I want to play. I've actually been using it to watch Mandalorian, and it
Oh,
it runs really really nice. Because I have a 4K TV, so I might as well take advantage of it and watch Mandalorian in 4K. Looks great. The entire like menu, like you said with the UI, I agree that the UI is very very nice and very clean. They separate the menu with like games and media, so being able to just switch to media and then go to Disney Plus or Netflix or whatever sort of streaming service that I want to use on that particular day, very very easy to do. I also have the PlayStation Media controller, so I don't have to use my PlayStation 5 controller to sort of navigate the menus. I could just use the
yeah,
sort of like TV remote, I guess.
yeah.
And that has been working very, very well. The system itself, I don't hear it at all. I know that the back of it, so when I was recording Spider Man, my last session of it, which was like probably my longest one, when I was taking out the HDMI cables to like swap it out for my normal ones, it was pretty hot back there. So, but then again, it didn't make any noise, but it does get, I guess, fairly hot back there,
Right.
depending on how long you're playing the console. I did run into one little error, which was a little weird. I guess like my external hard drive like disconnected improperly, so like it had to like repair it and everything. Which like that was a whole thing on like one of my streams when I was trying to stream like Infamous Second Son or whatever. Like my PS4 just like disconnected the hard drive or something like that. But that happened, and then like my file or like my like digital copy of Spider-Man Remastered, I had to like delete it and re-download it because every single time I would start it up, it would say error, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Oof.
So yeah, definitely something that I hate. something that I hate about digital games is that sometimes they just break randomly on me. I'm just like, well, shit. I guess I just got to download it and or delete it and re-download it. So, but yeah, overall, I'm very happy with the console, despite it being a fucking beast. It's a
Yeah,
goddamn massive thing. It
it's really
literally,
big.
yeah, it literally takes up one side of my entertainment center, and that's all that's there because it's that big. And I have it on its side. I know that
Yeah,
some people have it faced up, but personally, I'm not risking that shit. I know that you can like, or you're supposed to screw it down when you have it faced up, but I know me. You know, someone's gonna come over my house sometime next year or the year after. Someone's gonna knock that shit down, and then it's over. And then I'm like, well, bro, you gotta buy me a whole new PS5. So I'm just gonna have that shit face down and just have the stand below it. But yeah, overall, I'm very happy with the PS5. The controller, like you said, very nice. Probably, like you said, favorite PS5 or PlayStation controller in general thus far. And the battery life is not like the PS4 where it was dog shit. The battery life on this one is actually pretty good. So,
yeah. I actually think I might have a defective DualSense because
oh
my
shit.
battery runs out very fast. My brother's one is fine, like it's normal. He doesn't have to charge it that often. For me, I just leave it plugged in. I know. I think they were saying you can return your DualSense and like get a new one, but I'm like whatever. I'll just I'll buy a new one at some point. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really close to my. Well, I'm not that close to my TV, but it's good enough for the wire to reach. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not that big of an issue. But yeah, that seems to be kind of an issue with my PS5. But besides that, everything else is fine. I had a few crashes, but nothing too major, thankfully. So
Yeah. Just
all right.
wait for them to like release a new color or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I'll probably wait until they do like some weird controller because they always do that. Like I'll hear some custom controller or whatever. So, all right, time to actually talk about